name is Tamara Dabić Kempf. I'm coming from Croatia, from Macronova Institute. It's an educational institute that is dedicated to microbiotics and natural and sustainable lifestyles. We work in Croatia for 30 years officially, but educational part started even earlier with our founders Zlatko Pejić and Jadranka Boban Pejić, who were pioneers of microbiotics in Croatia. They both studied with Michio and Avelin Kushi and then developed the microbiotic movement in Croatia. Now Macronova is an institute that offers different kind of educations that are traditionally based on microbiotics. And as well, we feel the way of our country and our people and try to put our view to make it closer to Croatian people. So our approach of microbiotics is, when we speak about food, it's a vegan approach. Different parts, let's say 3 main parts that we try to include in our education is food and nutrition, then breathing and movement, exercise, and the third part is communication, both inner with ourselves and with the outer world. And I would like to say, maybe it's a little bit, like, I don't want to sound it like showing off, but we really started many trends in Croatia. We started to speak about veganism, which is getting bigger and bigger in Croatia now, about organic and the importance of organic, and it's really growing bigger and bigger now in Croatia. So I would say that I'm proud to be a part of that. I'm in Macronova for 20 years now, so let's say most of the working time of Macronova. My beginning with microbiotics was first through a family. My mother was the first in family who started to go to some educations to read books and stuff. And then we all kind of, followed her. And then when I was looking for my other job, I was a psychologist by primary education. I was thinking about something that has a bigger sense for me, I like psychology a lot, but I couldn't imagine myself in some, corporation or business, which was the main part of my colleagues. They tried to choose those parts. I needed something more. And then I heard about Macronova looking for a person to coordinate the program, and I knew Macronova as a customer, let's say, and then I was thinking, okay, that's that, because I always was going toward vegetarianism, veganism, thinking about nature, connecting with other people, and I was thinking that's that, and it was really that. And I'm happy to say that I evolved working at Macronova, both studying about microbiotics and working in that field as somebody who is managing the center or something like that. When we speak about veganism, for example, I think that microbiotics can add quality to it. What I experience in Croatia, that many people decide to become vegans, and that's it. They just avoid eating animal products or use animal products, and they stop with that. And I think that it needs to develop further, because it's not, for me, it's not enough just to stop use animal products. I think that we need to think wider. And here is where I feel, and we at Macronova think that microbiotics can add to it, because it's not talking just about what to avoid, but what to do to get your life more quality and to feel better, to live happier life, and to, let's say, be a good person to environment. Because what I see in veganism, many people don't mind if that product is refined or not. When we speak about food, if it's organic or not, it's just important that it's vegan. And I think it's important to think about holistic approach And if we speak about food, to choose wholesome food. And another quality is that it's organic, because it brings more to person and it brings more to environment. So I would say that microbiotic approach teaches us how to be more responsible to ourselves and to our environment. And that's why I feel that it can bring more to veganism if we speak about that part. And if we talk about lifestyle, what I've learned from microbiotics, it's that it's not important just to take care of myself and to be kind to myself, either from food choices or the way I'm thinking or what I'm doing, but to be aware of the environment. And if we speak about environment, I mean people, I mean animals, I mean nature, I mean planet. Yeah. So that's that part of responsibility that is for me very important in a microbiotic way. And that's something that then reflects on a lifestyle, and I would say the culture of living, not just lifestyle, but some sort of value system. You know, I think that microbiotics can really teach us about better value system. You know, that then we apply it to our communication with other people and all that surrounds us. It still is somehow that most of the people who try to learn about microbiotics has some health issue. It still is I would say mainly, but not that much as before. That's what I see in Croatia. Thinking about the reasons, probably, you know, when you have some issue in life, then you are ready to make a change. So probably that's the reason why people start to look for a quality change at that point in their lives. But what I see that more and more people who just want to make a quality, to add quality to their life, started to learn about microbiotics. Or we can go wider and say about sustainable lifestyles. Yeah. So I would say that changes, at least in Croatia. Sometimes when we have cooking classes at Macronova, sometimes we say it's a holistic approach to cooking and organic approach to cooking. Maybe we, in some situation, even don't mention microbiotics, but it is microbiotics from what we teach, and we don't maybe always communicate that part, but people, you know, get the same quality and standards and let's say thinking about food or other aspects that I mentioned. Yeah. I think it's the same in many other countries. There was some kind of label on microbiotics that it's approach for sick people. I think it's important that we go beyond that and to move that etiquette, how to say. And sometimes, at least that's what we experienced, it's even don't label it as microbiotic at some point, but the message, as you said, will be the same. And then sometimes you say, you see, that's microbiotic. It's wide, it's not narrow, it brings you really lots of opportunities. I think that it's really important to bring that message that microbiotics is actually freedom with responsibility, and it's really wide range of options. And when we bring people to that, I think we made a success. Because sometimes, at least the people that we work with sometimes say, you know, but microbiotics is so strict. It's not at all. So you're missing the point if you think it's strict. And it's always important to think, okay, what is my goal? What do I want to achieve applying microbiotics? So that's what brings it to be strict or wide in a way. Yeah. Even if you have a health problem and if you're sick, that's, let's say, it is strict in a way that you have probably a less wide street that you walk on. But when you know when that street leads you, then probably you don't see that as strict anymore. That's something that brings you to some goal that you want to achieve, that you feel better and everything. And less and less can see it as a strict, even in times when you have a health challenge. And there's another thing that we like to emphasize in our courses is vitality. And that's something that microbiotics also have a good teaching to help us. In a way, how is our physical vitality, how is our emotional vitality, our social vitality. And that's the term that we use a lot when we teach in our courses. And that vitality is kind of the goal for us to achieve. We all can change the world, and we can start with our individual part and our individual lives. I think that both men and women can change the world and should change the world, because when we speak from the term of wholeness, we are both important, so as in women there is a masculine aspect, in masculine there is a female aspect, and I think that we need to respect that, and I think that we are both important to make changes. So probably some women would stand up and speak, but I'm sure that she will have some masculine support on the side, and it's vice versa. So I would say that we are both important, and we have to consider that wholesome and compatibility. Microbiotics talks about flexibility and individual approach and adjusting to seasons and environment and everything. So if we speak about development of the world as kind of environment, I think it's important that microbiotics develop and be sensitive to what goes on, but to be at the same time close to its, let's say, standards. When I say standards, it's so strict again, but to its qualities, let's say. So I think that microbiotics has the future, because it's so, I feel it innate to people's nature. So is it going to be big? I don't know, big or bigger than it is now, but I think that it can influence, and that each individual that microbiotics reach adds to another one, and that's how it grows. It doesn't have to be a world movement, but it can make lots of influence, I feel. Yeah.